Welcome musicians, Bucky Dirtle here. I'm doing a tutorial today on the Bog Audio module for VCV Rack called FM Op or FM Operator. Now this is the module right here. I actually have three versions, three of them right here, but we're going to be using, I'm going to use one and I'll use these other two a little later because I want to show you how you can combine these together. Now let me just go over a couple little things about my setup. I'm using a Mac here. I have the core module, the VCV core module right here, which allows me to connect to my audio interface. There are selections in here you can choose. You can choose bridge or core audio is what I have. But bridge is an actually interesting one as well. I'm going to cover this in another tutorial, but bridge is a really interesting option for connecting to things like Ableton Live or Pro Tools or other things. We'll talk about that in another tutorial. And then we can choose our actual output right here. So so I've got that. That's my that goes to my sound card, and then I have an LFO here, but I'm going to get that out of the way because I don't need to talk about that yet. We have our mixer right here, which is a fundamentals module mixer, standard old mixer, and we have our volume here is turned down, but that's our standard mixer. And I have our FM operator, our FM op right here by Bog Audio. And I have it connected to from the out on the module to the in on channel 1. So we're just doing this in mono today. Now I also have here, I have scope. Now you would probably have seen this if you watched some of my other tutorials. You probably would have seen scope in other tutorials. It's a very useful module for seeing our waveforms, and we'll be using that. We use it a lot in our tutorials because it's a great tool for seeing what our modules are actually doing. Now, for this FM op module, the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to right-click or two-finger tap on my mouse, and I'm going to initialize. Initialize will set it back to the default, the factory default. Okay, so the very first thing, I'm going to go over some of the interface things here. I want to go over first the basics of it. I'll turn my volume up a little bit so you can get some sound. This is an oscillator. It's an operator, so it produces sounds. It produces a waveform, a sine wave, and we can change the frequency of our sine wave with this adjuster right here. This is very standard stuff. So we've seen that on many different oscillators. Just a little note, and I've gone over this before. If you right-click on any dial, it will take it back to the default setting right here. I can also fine-tune right here with our fine-tune dial. Now this is going to be very useful as we get into some FM synthesis a little later, but I'm going to leave it there for now. Now we have our envelope here, our envelope. Attack, decay, sustain, and release, ADSR. Now, I'm not going to explain what attack, decay, sustain, and release is here because we've gone over that in other tutorials at length. So I'm not going to get into it, but it is our envelope. It will provide us with the shape of a sound. Okay, the shape of a sound, not the waveform, but how a sound sounds with respect to volume. So how fast it will start, how long it will continue on, and when you release the note, how it will sound. Not going to get into the details of it today, just to tell you that you can check some of my other tutorials that show us how to do that. So that's there. Now, I'm going to talk a little more about that in a few minutes when I talk about gate, but I just want to point to this here, and you can adjust all of these settings, each one of these 4 settings right here. Now, the next thing we have, depth, feedback, and level. I'm going to start with depth, and depth is the intensity that... Oh, before I get into that, let's go to the next thing. Before I'll come back to level, the feedback, and depth. If I come, FM synthesis is frequency modulation synthesis. It's when you have 2 operators, and you can modulate one operator by using another operator. So if you have a standard waveform, as we see here, this sine wave, as we see down here in scope, I can change that sine wave by using another operator. So without changing any of the parameters on this operator here, I can come out of this operator and go into the FM synthesis on the new operator and I'm able to change the waveform. Now you might say, well, Andrew, why is it that this is not changed here now? Well, I need to change the depth, and the depth is going to it's how much intensity that's applied from the first operator to the second operator. So let me turn my volume. So I'm turn depth down again. I'll turn my volume up a little bit so you can hear it. And now I'll increase the depth. You can hear we're getting some modulation of the operator, the first operator, this guy here, being done by this operator. And if I change the pitch of my incoming operator, like a little bit, you'll see it. You see it changing there, right? If I do it. Now, this is pretty, you can hear it's making quite a bit of change now. And if you look down on our scope, you can see it's really changing it. Okay, so depending on the amount of depth that I would have, the intensity that I apply the first operator, how much intensity I use, the depth that I use on the second operator, the original operator, I should say, it's going to really make changes to it. So if I increase that even more, you can hear that we get some dramatic changes. And then if I change my... Okay, so now let's talk. I'm gonna turn this guy off. I'm gonna just disconnect this guy for a second. Now I want to talk about feedback. Feedback is when you take the original sound, the original waveform from this single operator, and you see it's disconnected, so it's only one operator, and you feed it back onto itself. So in actual fact, what's happening is that this operator is modulating itself, so it's feeding back on itself, and you can see what's happening in the waveform down here in the scope. So you can create some interesting effects by using that feedback. And of course it breaks up in great style too when you really push it. Okay, so I'm going to turn that feedback off, but now I want to connect it back into FM. And now along with the feedback we can change here, now we're getting some really crazy sounds. Because the new modulated sound that now exists here in this operator is now being fed back onto itself. So we can get some really crazy sounds. Okay, so, and then of course we have our depth as well. Now, I just want to make a little note here. I'm going to turn my volume down here. We know that if you disconnect the second oscillator from the first oscillator, and you use your feedback here, you will be able to make changes to the existing sound because it's feeding back onto itself. Well, if we actually feed back the second oscillator, this guy here, we'll also get some changes too. Because then what's happening is that the sound that's going into the second is also being changed because of you were able to feed back the first initial sound that's modulating this operator, second operator. So it's very cool. So we have a lot of options we can do there. Now, I'm going to turn my volume down again. We can do it a third time. We can actually come out of another operator and modulate this guy. So now we have this guy. This guy here is also... I got to reset this one. Initialize it. So now we have three oscillators, three operators. So we can do get all kinds of strange and wonderful sounds. Because now we have three operators. The first one here in the chain is modulating this guy. The second in the chain is modulating this guy. So a lot of options here. A lot of options. Okay, I'm not going to show you how to do any sound design here today, but I'm just showing you that what's possible. Okay, now we also have level. Now what does level mean? Okay, so I'm going to disconnect this. So now we only have this oscillator. Now if I can use this level as almost like a gain control. So it lets me increase or decrease the amount of level that's coming from the out of this operator. So if I connect these back up again, now depending on what level I use here, that will control the amount of level that's going into the next one. And the same thing here. So now you can say, well, I only want a little bit of modulation from the first one or a lot of modulation. It's up to you what you change with the level that you control that. It's almost like an inline mixer. Very, very cool stuff. Okay, so now I'm going to, actually I'll leave that connected. I'm just going to turn my volume down. Now I want to talk to you a little bit about, we talked about our attack, decay, sustain, and release, ADSR. Now we haven't used that yet. Now how do we use that? Well, I'm going to, first before I show you, I'm going to connect up this little trigger I have. This is AS modules trigger. I'm going to connect it up to the gate right here. So I'll move it over here so it's a little easier to see. With the trigger attached to the gate, when I hit my trigger now with the depth, feedback, and level, all controlled by my by the envelope because it's selected the envelope here. When I hit my gate, you can see it triggers the envelope. And, you know, I make my attack a little slower. So you can hear the attack's a little slower. You can change these things. Again, I'm not going to go over ADSR here, but you can change that all around. And if you wanted to, you could actually, like, let's see what this sound, let's get a nice sound going here. Get my level on. Okay, crazy sound. And now, let's turn this all to the envelope. If I hit my... Okay, now if I actually do my level, leave my level on, you'll hear the level is going. It's continuous level because level is not controlled by the envelope, it's constant. I hit my gate. It only applies the feedback and depth. So, pretty cool if I turn off that and leave that on. So now, it'll only apply the depth. Or if I change it around, do it this way, it's only applying the feedback to the ADSR. And the depth is constant and the level is constant. That's pretty cool because you can control that with all of these at the same time. Run it all off the same trigger. Or that could be a trigger, like a sequence trigger. All kinds of things. Okay, so... so now, just to clue up here, we have some other standard things. We have voltage to octave, which I'm not going to go over because we've gone over that many times in other modules. We have our FM input, which you saw. This is how we control the frequency modulation by the input here. We saw that already. We have our depth, feedback, level, and this is our sustain, which would be right here. These are all controlled by inputs for... CV inputs from an LFO. So you can control the depth if you wanted from our LFO right here. You know, you could do that if you wanted to. So there's lots of options that way too. But I'm not going to get into that because that's pretty standard stuff. So this is the basic usage of FM operator by Bog Audio. Now in a previous video I also did Dexter by Valley, which is another amazing FM synthesizer. A lot of options too. This in that one, all the operators are contained within one synth. In this one, of course, you can add as many operators as you want, and but they're just separate modules. Now, I don't know. I haven't done any tests yet, but I don't know what the CPU usage is for each of these operators. In some cases, for other modules, some modules tend to be very CPU heavy, and they end up using a lot of CPU cycles. and it doesn't make it really worth the while to have so many running. I don't know if it's the case here. The Bog Audio stuff is usually pretty slim, so they run pretty quick. Now, I don't know, but it might be that this worked great. It might be that a module like Dexter, which has all of the modules, all the operators in one, might be a bit more appropriate, might be a bit more easier on your CPU. I don't know. But anyway, that's something you can play with, and maybe I can play with and talk about it in another tutorial. So that's basically it. That's the Bog Audio FM synthesis, FM operators. So I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know in the comment section. If you like this tutorial, be sure to hit like and upvote it. And if you don't, be sure to download it or flag it or whatever you want to do. Okay, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.